you want to share with folks just a little bit about the project you're working on with the GBBP?
So what I'm working on and what the GBBP is it's a constellation of different blockchains. We're working on blockchain interoperability so that anyone can use their own preferred blockchain, yet be able to order services from other blockchains and or sell other services to other blockchains. We transmit value from blockchain to blockchain using a cross-blockchain Ethereum valued utility token. And we're hoping to have the blockchain have about 200 nodes by the end of next month. Node requirements are pretty minimal. We've actually got Raspberry Pis up and running blockchain nodes so that we can probably actually make them available to a number of people. For those who don't know, Raspberry Pis are small hobbyist computers. You can generally buy one for about $125 as it needs to be set up for the GBBP. What am I missing, Gerard?
The thing that's really going to be phenomenal about this is that we're creating an infrastructure that all these different blockchains can connect together, and the working groups are they're essentially building applications and solutions and ecosystems right on top of that. So there's an emergency management ecosystem. There's going to be a healthcare ecosystem. There's going to be a economic/tokenomic ecosystem, so that anybody who has a blockchain application will be able to connect and interoperate in ways. And then the idea is to create services to government. So instead of every government of the world making and buying and maintaining their own technology for licensing and permitting, they can all essentially go to the GBBP and order those services off of that. So it's a way to increase interoperability. It's a way to reduce friction between government and constituents. It's a way to reduce costs. And it creates opportunity for everyone. So it's just what the project that Mark and the different working groups are doing is just fantastic. And he wants to know what's the state of GBBP maturity? Is it deployed? Is it conceptual? And what potentially would be the benefit with their government
exactly.
connecting?
What the benefits and anything like if you have the more elaboration about GBB. I already got the note from Gerard, Mr. Gerard, but I need to know more elaboration so I can just put the things up.
Sure, absolutely.
And Mark, let me just say this one thing real quick. So sorry, as you know, we have a monthly global leadership call first Saturday of every month. I know that your meeting will be before that, but we are covering this and will be covering this at all the global leadership calls where we have the chapters and the working with leaders from all over the world, so that they can have a much more in-depth discussion. For the purpose of this thing, we got to keep the answer down like a minute or two, but you guys can definitely connect offline.
So the easiest way to reach me, and anyone should feel free to do so in this conference, it's mark.wasser@gmail.com. And my name is spelled up on the screen, only one S. The GBBP is currently, I would say, partially functional. We have the GBBP hub. It's Besu. It's been running for quite some time now. There are gateways to the public Ethereum mainnet and several of the test nets. There's also a currently functional gateway to Hive. We've got the cross-blockchain token up and functioning so that we can shuffle a token from any one of those 5 blockchains to any other blockchain. We are in the process of recruiting people to provide services. The infrastructure for the services is mostly built. They're basically about a third of it is the token itself. Another third is mostly the coordination that's involved when you have multiple machines. The gateways themselves are actually multiple machines that do the same thing. Initially, we thought about the gateways being blockchains themselves, but that added a lot of complexity that we discovered was unnecessary. We just used the blockchains themselves as traffic cops.
And
So,
Mark, let me just throw one other thing in there real quick. A lot of places around the world are looking at government interoperability, right? So we're in dialogues right now with folks that are building intergovernment blockchain solutions in Serbia, the European Commission, the Texas Blockchain Council, the Boston Blockchain Association, right? Because here's what we don't want to see happen. We don't want to see all of these different entities building these stovepipe solutions. If we can build identity management solutions that essentially can transfer across different blockchain solutions and essentially build an open framework that essentially is an alternative to other sort of centralized frameworks, that creates an open business environment, then that's the kind of thing that we're trying to choose. And Mark, for those of you who don't know, Mark is the Chief Technical Officer for the GBA and is a mastermind behind this. So if anybody wants to talk about the GBB, he's shaking his head, he's extremely humble, but he's also an AI genius. So, we have folks in our midst like Scott Sternetta and Mark Wasser, and incredible. But by all means, reach out to Mark Wasser if you're interested potentially in hosting a node, right? And Mark is working on the deployment packages right now, so you can deploy a node on a Raspberry Pi or any hardware. Our goal is to have 200 nodes globally so that there's no overall control over the network. It's a free and open system that people can use. And Mark, I got to go on to the next question, but I want to thank you for literally all of the incredible work you've done on that project.